Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm back at it again with another video. You know, it's funny. I gotta thank some of the people that have been causing me all this drama these past few days, because honestly, you guys have reinvigorated me. You woken up a beast inside of me. Because, really, I lost my passion for a little bit wanting to make content. You know, I said to myself, what can I do in order to feel some kind of passion, feel something within me to want to continue doing something like this, right? What can I do to displace this and say to myself, continue this, not take care of my son, leave him somewhere sitting next to a trash can, as some of these people probably presume is what's going on at the moment? No. I just decided to cut one video short down. So I made one video this morning, and if I can't make one later on that night, then that'll just be it. Just go to making one video a day. It's that simple. It's really not that hard. And I feel like all this talk about how I should run my life, all this talk about how I should conduct myself online, really kind of got the juices going in my mind. And it really made me ask myself, why the fuck does everyone gotta have an opinion in regards to how I enjoy myself? And it's not just me. You see, the AEW fanboys, the AEW fans in general, they seem to have troubles having to enjoy whatever product they have directly in front of their face given to them by AEW. Why is it so difficult for them to just enjoy the product for what it is? Why does everyone have to enjoy the product very similar to how they enjoy the product? Well, it's quite simple. They know that the company in itself is about as much as bullshit as what they want to project on others in regards to them calling everybody else out. You see, the AEW product has not gotten any kind of gains in the past 5 years. See, people talk all this ratings and viewership and all this, you know, and valid concerns, by the way, in my opinion. Don't let any of the people fool you. They just want to take away your talking point so they can, you know, have the upper hand, if you will, in regards to the argument in itself of professional wrestling having to do anything with AEW. See, that's the problem. We all know the product is shit. And they know the product is shit. I've talked about this plenty of times before in regards to the alternatives in professional wrestling. There is no alternative in professional wrestling. Both companies are exactly the same. Just one company knows how to tone it down, and the other company has to rely on it being toned all the way up. But that's the problem, though. Everybody notices the faults in AEW, but the situation is we need to ignore it. We need to look at what the hell's going on in the company, and we need to justify their standings right now in professional wrestling, because if not, then who do we turn to in order to, I don't know, get our fix of stupid fucking matches? It's not my fault. It's not anybody's fault that AEW sucks. That's on them. If they want to get good, then I highly recommend to actually follow the fundamentals that built professional wrestling, say, a little over, 100 years ago? Maybe they should follow the proper protocols of such great bookers about 50 years ago. Maybe they should follow said standards of television, say, about 40 years ago. Maybe follow what made professional wrestling popular about 30 years ago. But like I said, they won't do that. So you got all these yes men, all these British YouTubers, people like Sean Ross Sapp, people like Brian Zane, who feel that if you yourself can't enjoy the product in the way as to how they enjoy the product, then you're not a professional wrestling fan. In fact, One may even argue that you yourself should stop watching professional wrestling in total. How you engage the product, if you don't engage it in a similar way as to how they engage with it, then that makes you less than. I'm here to tell you that you're not less than. I'm here to tell you that your concerns are valid. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be within the bubble to know that everything sucks currently at the moment. WWE, I ain't here to say that it's the best in the world, but I am here to tell you that right now, they're a hell of a lot better than AEW. Flat out. Let's just call it for what it is. Who has the star power? Is it AEW or is it WWE? Who has the ratings currently at the moment? Is it AEW or is it WWE? That's their go-to, right? Who has the viewership at the moment? Is it AEW or WWE? Last time I checked, whose developmental company currently at the moment is destroying the other company's flagship brand? I think that'd be WWE going up against AEW. See, facts don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your tears. You can come after me as much as you want, and you can get angry. You can try to bring my personal life into this, but what you can't and what you won't do is debate me or even try your best to argue the standards and the standing currently right now at AEW, because they have none. Look at all the talent that they've signed, going throughout the years. Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Mercedes Moné. And what has it done for the company? You see, I even forgot about Edge. That's how irrelevant they make their superstars. This isn't a debate. The back and forth is non-existent. WWE is just flat out a better product than AEW. What do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to lie? Do you want me to sugarcoat things? And I'll go a step further. You know what the problem is? Consistently, is that you bring people like these assholes into your fan group. These people with their political endeavors. Because make no mistake about it, I said this once and I'll say it again. People like a Brian Zane, for an example, is just a caricature of the average AEW fan base. Safe, edgy. They want to be able to do things their own way in regards to just strictly focusing on the wrestling in itself. They want to be able to focus on everything in regards to the professional wrestler being good and athletic, and therefore that should get them every modicum of success just based off of the fact that they're athletic. Not looking at any other type of, for an example, let's call it, point, right? Let's just call it a point. Let's not focus on the microphone work. Let's not focus on the charisma of the superstar. Let's not focus on the size of the superstar. In the case of the women, let's not focus on their sexiness. No, because it comes in stark conflict with their political endeavors. Because that's what it is in the end of the day. It's all political, right? Everything that's reflected in their little SJW mindset, it comes right back to the professional wrestling. And what do you think that does to the professional wrestling? Obviously, it ruins it. I'll give you an example. On Twitter, the amount of stuff that people were bringing up in regards to my content, none of them actually disputed the context of what was actually said in the video in itself. It was based off of how edgy, how harsh the actual thumbnails and the subheading of the thumbnails were. The context doesn't matter in the end of the day because they don't even want to look at the context when you give them just the surface level of what they're going to disagree with. And this right here is Tony Khan's audience. This right here, this caricature of the neckbeard professional wrestler or professional wrestling fan, this right here is who they're aiming at currently at the moment. People who won't even try to go outside the bubble, do something a little bit different, be even remotely close to edgy, because that's how professional wrestling was in the past. And guess what? Not only did everyone get over based off of the character, because I can tell you right now, going back to the Attitude Era, almost every character was edgy. And I guarantee you, most of these jokes, when they were kids, when they were teenagers, they engage with the edginess. But of course, it's 2024, and everybody has a motherfucking opinion, everybody has a motherfucking microphone, everybody has a motherfucking podium on social media, and we've been doing this song and dance for nearly 15 years now, and now that one person can feel virtuous over their way they look at life, the outlook of how they look currently at society, that we need to take society standards in 2024 and project that into professional wrestling. No other modicum of entertainment has to do or go by the standards that professional wrestling has to go by. See, when you're watching a movie, you can do whatever you want to do in the movie. You can be as offensive as you want to be in the movie, and people say, well, it's just the movie, it's not real life. You see, you can look at music, in particular rap for an example, and you can say every egregious thing in the book. They can be as misogynist as they want to be. They can say as many bad words as they want to be. They can say as many disgusting things as they want to be, as they want to say. They can promote any drug they want to promote. They can promote any kind of lifestyle they want to promote. And people say it's just music. You're a boomer if you were to actually look at what the hell is going on within the topic in itself and actually discuss it legitimately. It's music. Why are you doing that? It doesn't have any legitimate substance to it. No one is actually taking what is done in music and pretending as if that's currently happening every day in real life. Like I said, everything in entertainment has to be taken at face value, but when it's professional wrestling, oh no, you can't do that. Oh no, you can't look at professional wrestling in a way where, for an example, if we actually just took off our thinking caps for 2 seconds, take off our smart cap for 2 seconds and recognize that we're watching a television show, that it absolutely can do exactly what movies, what music, and what television has been doing all this time. You see, I don't even understand their standards anymore when it comes to pop culture. They contradict themselves so many fucking times. Give you another example. One of the things that Sean Ross Sapp went after me earlier was when I was talking about Samantha Irvin, right? And someone brought up something in regards to her being sexy or something along the lines of that, right? Wrestling Ops went after me. I can't remember the guy's name because he's irrelevant as fuck, but one of those wrestling websites went after me also when I dropped the comment saying, I don't understand your stance when it comes to looking sexy. Because on one hand, if you look at, say, for an example, an OnlyFans model, it's, oh, well, the women can be sexy and at the same time, they can be fearless. They can be brave. They can be powerful. All these euphemisms that they want to use in order to prop up women, right? And if I were to say anything negative about that, well, then I'm slut shaming, right? That's the little phrase that I use, slut shaming. But when I go along their guidelines of what I'm supposed to do when I see a woman in that position and I praise it, but not only do I praise it, but I want more, then I'm a pervert. It makes no sense. Like I said, these people aren't consistent at all. And they take their inconsistencies and they correlate it with their values, and then they take their values and they try to instill it within professional wrestling. And then they go after you when you call out the bullshit. They go after you when you call out the inconsistencies, because the inconsistencies is tied to their values. It's no different than Dave Meltzer. You know why Dave Meltzer can never go out of his way to legitimately put over NXT and not make as many excuses as he wants to make when in regards to AEW? Take away all the conspiracy theories. It all comes down to the fact that Buddy has a narrative, but more importantly, his narrative, he probably most likely talked to Tony Khan about, and his narrative, he got implemented within the company in itself, right? The wrestlers he wants to get over are in the company. The wrestlers that he wants to see on television are in the company. And guess what? They're failing miserably because they don't know how to do anything else but fucking wrestle. And then it reflects off the numbers. It reflects off of the analytics. And Dave Meltzer can't sit back and say that whatever he actually promoted, whatever he told Tony Khan to most likely do, or at least give advice about, he can't bear to say that, damn, man, fuck, what I actually tout all the time is legitimately failing. And the same thing can be said about all these fanboys. Because make no mistake about it, I guarantee you 90, maybe even close to 95% of these motherfuckers, they live off the word of a Dave Meltzer. They grew up on a Dave Meltzer. They grew up on all the One magazines. They grew up on the 5-star stuff. He told them how to engage with professional wrestling. And it's like, damn, it's like a conundrum, right? It's like not even a conundrum, bro. I'll take that back. Let's take back that word. It's like a toxic ingredient when it comes to professional wrestling nowadays that has completely infested the product as we see it currently at the moment. So now you have the mindset of Dave Meltzer that has now poisoned the wrestling business, on top of these lunatics and their fucking political ways of looking at certain things. You take that, 1 + 1 = 2, and guess what? You get what we get right now. Gone are the days of actually focusing on stories and characters. Gone are the days of giving you legitimate stories that we can actually sink our teeth into and care about. Gone are the days of filler being pretty much women coming on television and doing what got them over, and not only doing what got them over, doing what got the entire promotion over. I said it once and I'll say it again. You look at 1998, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, it was the NWO, and it was Sable. That's facts. The summer of 1998, it was Austin, it was the NWO, and it was Sable. Those were the top 3 draws of the summer of 1998. But you can't bring that kind of stuff up. You can't bring up those kind of facts because it goes up against, like I said earlier, their political values. And the worst part about it, you want to see a healthy wrestling business? You want people to actually care about the flips and the dives? That's what you need to do. That's how you get over a wrestling promotion. That's how we actually start to, look at the 5-star matches and decipher what is and what isn't 5 stars. Because apparently every given thing currently at the moment has to be given 5 stars if it has enough false finishes and if it has enough flips and kicks and dives and choreographed stuff, right? Gone are the days of looking at Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin and saying to yourself, wow, yeah, I kind of like that match with Aguila, but at the same time, no, he doesn't come anywhere near close to Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart. No, he comes nowhere near close to The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels in Hell in a Cell. No, there's really no cruiserweight match currently in WCW, no matter how good it is, that comes close to Bret Hart and Austin. We can't do that anymore. We can't. We took away what storytelling was, what storytelling happened to be, currently ongoing consistently. We have to take that and we have to substitute it for instant gratification. And then the instant gratification in itself, now being the all being of professional wrestling currently at the moment, now you have to focus on the match in itself to tell you what is good about the product and what is bad about the product, and then reflects off the ratings consistently all the time. And that right there is the identity of AEW. Don't get it twisted. It's part of the identity of WWE to a lesser degree also, but like I said, you're supposed to be the alternative. You're supposed to be giving me the opposite of what WWE is doing. Yet you take what they do and turn it up to 10. Don't let any of these guys fool you. Don't let any of these guys brain rot you. Their influence on professional wrestling currently at the moment is why no one fucking gives a shit about it. And whenever you bring it up, you're enemy number one. It's like a funnel, like a pyramid. You ever seen those food pyramids? You got Dave Meltzer at the tip. Then it comes down to the wrestling journalists. Then it comes down to the British wrestling influencers, the British influence for the commentary committee. Then it comes down to the fans. And we get a hellscape like what you see on Twitter all the time, like what you see on Reddit all the time. And these two groups, well, it goes right back up to Tony Khan, and they influence him to keep consistently doing the dumb shit that he's doing right now at the moment. And when you bring this up, when you bring up the obvious, then you're everything wrong in professional wrestling. No different than how you're everything wrong when it comes to their politics that they clearly use in order to influence professional wrestling. And then they gaslight you and say that's not what they're doing. I'm here to tell you that's exactly what they're doing. Don't put up with the bullshit. Consistently push back. WWE is not the problem right now. They are the priority. They are the number one. AEW is the problem because we need a company to go up against WWE. And they're not doing it. They're not holding their end of the bargain. Always keep on the pressure with this company. Never let anyone tell you anything differently. Trust me, they ain't gonna get to me. I will still consistently make content in regards to AEW because it feels like anyone that's actually going after this company, really focusing on the fundamentals, focusing on the actual problems at hand with the company, they're not doing it. They're not doing their due diligence. They want you to focus on this in regards to WWE. Don't look over here in AEW. They're putting on 5-star classics. Don't worry about that. I'm here to tell you, worry about it. Professional wrestling is as healthy as the company that's going after the big dog. Imagine if the world was like that. Imagine if there was no opportunities given because something was monopolized. And they tell you, well, I mean, it's not really monopolized. We have mom and pop shops going up against Walmart at the moment. While Walmart's giving you everything in the book with every price hike in the fucking world. Not really. Obviously, I'm giving a metaphor here. And no one can go up against them because, well, mom and pop stores, they're selling the best items. Golly gee willikers. Don't look at how limited in quantity it is. Just focus on the fact that the quality of the product, it's there. And they're going to take out Walmart. Do you mark my words? They're going to take out Walmart. Because the quality is there. Not the quantity, the quality. Yeah, you listen to these people if you want to. They're going to be the death of professional wrestling. Because once AEW goes down, and it's all about WWE, and they get to set the guidelines and the ground rules again, consistently, then even the things that they talk about and worry about in regards to the wrestlers having another place to work, even that gets thrown out the window. Never listen to these jokes. They're jokes for a reason. Not saying that I have to be the moral arbiter, not saying that I have to be the guy to set the rules. But damn, it feels like no one else is holding this company accountable. And then they get mad at you when you hold them accountable. All right, we'll see about that. And so always, my name is... Let me get this right. And so as my name is Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you guys again for the next video. Deuces, P, Ice.